Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Together Conference 2025. My name is Stephen Ellis-Menton, and I'll be your host across the whole weekend. So whether you're joining from the UK, elsewhere in Europe, or further afield, I'd like to thank you for being here and making time to make this event a very special professional space. I'd like to give everyone a moment just to settle in. Perhaps you're still getting your tea or coffee ready, open up your devices or saying hello in the chat. Take your time, make yourself comfortable. This is your space for the next 2 days. It's not always easy to carve out this type of time for professional reflection and growth. For many of us, it's a real achievement just to be able to pause our daily work and focus on ourselves, our learning and our community. So wherever you're joining from, whether it's your home office, a workplace, or a classroom, well done for making it. If you haven't already, why not pop a quick hello in the chat or share one word that captures how you're arriving at the conference this morning? Are you curious? Are you hopeful? Are you excited? There's no right answer, of course. Just be yourself. We want to make this space as welcoming as possible. This year's theme is Blurred Boundaries, Sharpening Perspectives. It's more than just a title, though. Over the next 2 days, we'll be exploring those blurry, complicated, fascinating spaces in our work where boundaries get tested, redrawn, or sometimes even crossed. That could be boundaries between personal and professional, between traditional and innovation, between what's comfortable and what's new. And as interpreters and translators, we know better than most that our work is very rarely cut and dry. It's often a balancing act, holding different identities, different values, different expectations, and sometimes all at the same time. And yet, that's what makes this work so rewarding, so rich, so worth coming together to discuss. So we've got a truly diverse group of speakers and practitioners lined up for this weekend from across the UK, Europe, and beyond. They bring insights from psychology, linguistics, community practice, academia, training, and lived experience. And we're kicking off each day of the conference with a keynote presentation. Today, Saturday, we'll be hearing from Dr. Kyung-Ki Ko, and on Sunday, we'll start with Dr. Hattie Bowden-Howe. Each keynote is designed to set the tone for the day and spark a conversation around our theme. Now, we really listened to your feedback from last year, and as a result, you'll notice that we've made some changes to the format. So this year, we've built in more shorter sessions, including our new snapshot sessions, and these are designed to get you thinking about fresh ideas or tackle specific changes or introduce new perspectives, all in a focused, manageable burst. We've also added more frequent breaks throughout the day. So now you'll have a chance to be able to step away from your screen, recharge, and come back ready for the next session. Lunch breaks have been extended a little as well, giving you a little bit of extra time to be able to network, catch up in the hub, or just relax and process what you've heard. Across the weekend, you can look forward to keynote presentations, panel discussions, and those shorter snapshot sessions. And of course, plenty of time to network, reflect, and even have a little bit of fun along the way. And I'll be here throughout to introduce each session and to help guide you through the program so you always know what's coming up next. But before we dive in, let's get everyone orientated on how things will work, especially if this is your first time at the Together conference or your first time joining an event like this online. So with the wonders of technology, I shall be able to share my screen and walk you through it. There we go. The conference platform. If you haven't already, please take a moment to explore the conference platform on your device. This will be your main hub for the day. From here, you'll be able to get to your program and timetable. So if you come across to the schedule section of your conference hub and click on schedule, you can see that there are different tabs across the top. You've got today, Saturday, and all that's happening today. Sunday, the 29th, you can see at the top there. and Saturday, the 19th of July, which marks the start of the extended access. Now, from here, you can click on your favorites, ones you don't want to miss, and add them to your favorites list by clicking on the heart icon, which you can see there. All your favorites can be found by heading across to the left-hand side. And here, anything that you've favorited in the schedule, the hub, the who's who, will all show up here for you to come back to later. Let me take you back to home. So, the session descriptions and speaker bios. If you want to find out who's presenting, a little bit about them and what they're going to offer, you can head over to the Who's Who section, which is across the bottom here, for information about every session and a chance to get to know the presenters. By clicking on the Who's Who, it'll bring up a list of all the presenters and everybody involved in the conference, interpreters, translators, tech team, and presenters too. And by clicking on one of them, you'll be able to find out a little bit more about them and the sessions in which they're presenting. Okay. Speaker resources. Many speakers have added articles or extra resources which you can explore at your own pace, either before or after the sessions. Please keep checking back to this section as it'll be updated constantly during the conference. And you can find that by heading over to the left-hand side again and clicking on Information and Resources. And here, this section will be updated constantly throughout the day, so please do keep checking back. Chat. So this is where you can post questions or share reflections or simply react to what's being discussed in real time. And we'd encourage you to get involved. The more voices, the better. And if you head back to your home section, you can see the chat, and I can see people saying good morning from Glasgow and Scotland and good morning, everybody. And I will do one live over there. Hi, all. This is the place where you'll be able to send your messages and interact with speakers and other people who are attending the conference. And there we go. Good morning, all. The hub. This is our dedicated networking space. So you can pop in and connect with this year's conference partners to find out a little bit more about them and what they offer. And the hub can be found by coming across again to the side panel and clicking on the hub. And here you'll find a list of all the conference partners, and you'll be able to click on them from there, find out a little bit about them, what they offer, and all their contact details or downloadables and things that they're going to offer. So we want you to get as much out of the conference as possible. So please make yourself at home on the platform. Now, if you run into any technical issues, can't find a session, or your audio isn't working, or you're not sure where to post, you can go back to the homepage and use that chat function and put a message in there, and one of our support team will be on standby throughout the whole weekend, and they'll do their best to get you sorted quickly and discreetly. So more on that chat and interact and share. So really want to encourage you to make the most out of that chat feature throughout the conference. You don't have to wait until the end of a session to ask a question or share a thought. Sometimes those in-the-moment reflections are the most insightful and the most helpful for you and for others. Our presenters will be checking in on the chat when they can, so feel free to use it to share reactions or questions or resources as you go along. We also have an interact section on the conference platform, which is designed for long reflections, feedback, and ongoing discussions. And I'd encourage you to check there regularly, which you can find here on the left-hand side of your panel. I'd say don't just check this at the start of the day, but throughout, as the presenters will be adding new key questions, thoughts, or prompts for you as the sessions progress. This section is designed to evolve as the day goes on, so you'll always find something new to engage with and something new to interact with. And I've just posted one in there too. So if you head over to that interact section and reply to my first question, which is, tell us where you're joining us from. Let's see what we've got. Oh, there's already a lot of responses, which is lovely. And you can see there's someone there. We've got Lincolnshire, UK, Paris, France, the Pyrenees in France. Bonjour, bonjour too. Welcome, West Sussex, Derbyshire, Huddersfield, Lincolnshire, Australia, another in Australia, Italy, Montreal in Canada, lovely. And so another thing that you can do in all of these interact sessions is you can upvote a response. So if you see somebody's response in there that you like or agree with, you can click the upvote and it will then move up to the top so you can see which comments are the most popular and which are the ones that you agree with maybe or want to see more of. Let's see, Denmark, Copenhagen, lovely, Berkshire, London, Belgium, very international. Okay. Dorset, the UK, Essex down south. Lovely. So yeah, don't forget, use that throughout the day. If you head back, there are already 2 other questions that have been posted in there. So what inspired you to join this year's conference? And you can see there's quite a few responses in there and people working out how to use that upvote function too, which is lovely. Now, in terms of the app itself, you may need to change the language. This year's app is available in different languages, and you can do that by clicking just underneath your profile picture. And you can see there, you can change it to Spanish if need be, or French too, which you can see just there. Okay, just a gentle reminder, this is a professional conference space. It's also a very human one. And for that, we want everyone to feel comfortable in joining us, whether you're a seasoned professional and conference goer, or whether this is your very first time. I just say, please approach every conversation with respect, with patience, and with curiosity. We know that some topics can be challenging and sensitive, and we're truly an international audience, as we've just seen. So, local context, culture, and individual experiences will sometimes shape opinions and perspectives. So, please be mindful of your comments and the way you interact with others. Let's work together to make this a supportive, welcoming environment for honest, thoughtful discussion where every voice is valued. Don't worry if you need to step away, or if you miss a session that catches your interest. You'll be able to catch up on any part of the conference you've missed, or revisit the presentations that might have inspired you. Recordings for all sessions, along with any slides and extra resources that the presenters have chosen to share, will be available on this conference platform. Standard access for a full 2-day conference recordings will go live on the 5th of July, and all the recordings from your standard access ticket will be available from then. You can find them right here on the platform, and they remain available for you to watch and rewatch until the 19th of July. To access them, there is some information in the information and resources, and it gives you information about accessing the conference recordings. However, you'll be able to get them by clicking on the schedule icon and simply clicking on the particular presentation or session that you're interested in, and you will see the video will appear here, and you'll be able to click and play directly from the session description. Now, if you'd like more time to view and reflect, or if you're interested in accessing even more content, then there's also an option to upgrade to enhanced access, which I know many of you have already done. With enhanced access, you'll be able to watch all of the conference recordings until the 2nd of August. And so you'll also unlock 4 additional presentations. Now, if you want to upgrade, you just need to visit the information and resources section. This is going to be a really common theme where you can find most things during the conference. Head over to the information and resources section, and you can click on enhanced access, which you can see there. And it will take you to this. All the details of what's included in enhanced access is outlined here, and the link for purchasing your upgrade to your ticket can be found just here at the bottom. So, whether you're catching up, rewatching your favorite session, or diving into the bonus content, then there are plenty of options to make the most of your learning at a pace that works for you. We want everyone to have a smooth and accessible experience throughout the conference. So here is what is available to support you. We've got interpreters working into English, Spanish, British Sign Language, Auslan, and French for all of the main sessions. So if you'd like to access interpretation in your preferred language, you just need to click the globe icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen and select the language that you need. This will connect you with the interpreter stream for that language. If you require captions in English, then there are 2 options. You can click the CC button at the bottom of your screen to turn on standard captions, or if you prefer a more customizable set of captions, then you can use our standalone caption service by following the link in the information and resources section on the platform. And these captions can be resized and repositioned to suit your needs. And again, if you head back to information and resources, and there's a section called live captions, and a link to those live captions, which you can click there. It will open in a separate window and can be resized, color changed, font changed, etc., to make them suit your needs. So now, if you're on social media, we'd ask you to please use our official hashtag, which is hashtag #SignProfConf2025, which, if by the wonders of magic, should have shown up in our chat. You can see it might pop up there just now. The other place that you can find it as well is on the schedule, on the conference opening, and it's just here. So it says Sign Prof Conf 2025. Share your thoughts, your key takeaways, your snapshots of your setup. No pressure for a tidy desk. It's always lovely to see where people are tuning in from, and it helps the conversation get going after the conference ends. So let's just take a moment to look ahead at everything this weekend has got to offer. So maybe you've already explored the program. You've highlighted all the sessions that you don't want to miss. And if you have, that's great. If not, then this is the perfect time to be on that conference platform, have a look through the lineup, and start making your can't miss talks by hitting that heart icon next to them. You might even spot something unexpected that catches your eye. As you think about the next 2 days, consider what you'd like to get out of your time here. Is there a particular question that you're hoping to answer? Challenge in your own professional practice that you want to tackle? Maybe you're here to make new connections or exchange ideas, or simply just reignite your passion for this work. Whatever your goal is, I'd encourage you to approach the weekend with an open mind and see what inspires you. We're also adding a little extra excitement this year with our conference competitions. We've got a competition on Saturday and another one on Sunday, and all the details for both competitions can be found from the information and resources section on the platform. So be sure to check those out. We'll tell you a little bit more about today's competition later, but you can find the full instructions online, and I'll show you where to get them now. Head over to that information and resources section again. And at the very top, day one, competition, join the challenge. If you click on there, it will give you all the information that you need in terms of how to enter, what to look for, and the link for you to be able to submit your answer at the bottom. Now, we'll announce the winner of this competition today. So if you want to get involved, don't miss your chance. The prize is a fantastic one. It's a full year of continuing professional development, CPD or CEUs. That is an incredible opportunity to keep building your skills and the knowledge throughout the year. The package includes free admission to next year's Together conference, which is worth 12 structured CPD points. It also includes access to an additional 12 structured CPD points via BSL interpretations and or Science and I over the coming year. So if you're looking for some extra motivation, or you just want to have a bit of fun and connect with colleagues, definitely take part. Head over to that information and resources and head over to day one competition and look and see what you need to do for that. So now a few words about our theme, Blurred Boundaries, Sharpening Perspectives. This year's theme invites us to really examine the places where the lines in our work aren't always clear. Throughout the conference, we'll be exploring how boundaries are constantly being negotiated, tested, and sometimes redrawn. For interpreters and translators, that can take many forms. It might look like finding the balance between staying professionally detached and still showing empathy and warmth. It might mean working out how much of your own personality or lived experience to bring to your practice. There's also the challenge of managing your own identity or working as part of a team, or learning to navigate that fast-changing world of remote and on-demand interpreting. Now, of course, there's going to be a question of how we support one another across different languages, cultures, backgrounds, and stages of our professional lives. So during the conference, you'll be hearing from speakers who will tackle these issues from every angle. whether it's through research and theory, clinical insight, hands-on experience, or their own personal journeys. You can expect stories of challenge, moments of resilience, examples of creativity, and real opportunities for growth. Our hope is that by looking closely at these blurred boundaries together, that we will come away with a sharper perspective and new ideas on our own work and the wider community. A few practical tips about how to get the most out of your conference experience. We'd strongly recommend using 2 devices, and if possible, open the conference platform on your computer so you have a full screen version in order to watch the presentations and what's happening, and also keep your phone or tablet handy for chatting and networking or taking notes. This makes it easier to stay connected and participate fully, as you can see everybody clearly and still interact. Make sure your Zoom is up to date. Please check that you've got the latest version installed. Some features might not work correctly on your Zoom if it's not updated. If you're unsure, you can head over again to the conference platform, go down to the bottom where it says Join Us Online, and it will give you a link to update your Zoom app just there, as you can see on screen. Don't be shy about networking. The conference platform is your space to introduce yourself to someone new or to ask a speaker a follow-up question. These informal connections often lead to the most meaningful conversations. You can also connect directly with other attendees. Just visit the attendee section, which again is on the left. Come down to attendees. And here you'll see a list of every single person who is attending the conference this year. What you can click on one of those and also click the connect button. Now, once you click the connect, it will share your contact details with the person. And once that person accepts that request, you'll then be able to make a video call or chat directly through the conference. And you can see just there, it will come up. Okay, brilliant. So keep an eye on the information and resources section, as we mentioned before. Many speakers have shared their articles, handouts, or recommended reading that will help deepen your understanding of the session topics. These resources will go live after each speaker's session and can be found in that section. Please be sure to check back regularly for the new content. Take breaks when you need them. We've designed the schedule, as we said before, with regular breaks for reflection and rest. Step away from your screen, get some fresh air, and come back refreshed. Your well-being is important, and we want you to make the most out of each session. We know that online conferences can be intense, so please look after yourself this weekend. Hydrate, stretch, move around, and check in with how you're feeling. A few words about what makes the conference unique. The Together Conference, we don't just want you to listen and to leave. We want you to participate and question and reflect and connect, not only with our presenters, but with each other. So over these 2 days, I'd encourage you to be honest, ask the questions that are on your mind. Even if you're not sure, there's always going to be an answer. Be generous, share your experience and your support, whether you're a student, a new practitioner, or a seasoned professional. Be open. Sometimes the best learning comes from those unexpected places. And above all, we'd ask you, be kind, one to yourself and to others. We all need that space to grow. I'd like to take a moment to thank our wonderful conference partners. Their support is a huge part of what makes the Together Conference possible, not only through their partnership, but also through their commitment to the wider interpreting and translation community. We're grateful for their belief in the value of professional development, collaboration, and accessible learning for everybody in the field. If you'd like to learn more about the partners, see what resources they offer, and connect directly, you can do that all right in the hub section, as mentioned before, in the conference platform. That's where you'll find that dedicated partner space for information about their services, often some exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else. And again, you can simply click on one of those, and if they're a favorite, you can click the heart icon and they will show up in your favorite section. I'd really encourage you to explore those areas, ask the questions, and take the opportunity to build those new connections, not just with each other, but with organisations and businesses that are helping to support and shape our profession. Once again, a huge thank you to our conference partners. We really truly appreciate your support, and your presence here on this weekend is really valued. I'd like to give a special thank you to our lead partners this year, who are Sign Live, Convo, Visual Communications Limited, Heritage Interpreting, Deaf Student Solutions, Signly, and NRCPD, and ILSF. Finally, I'd like to say, keep your energy up, make this a genuinely interactive weekend. Thank you for being here and contributing to this. Hopefully we'll go away with some new knowledge, new connections, new ideas, and a rewarded sense of your own place in this evolving, sometimes messy, but always rewarding profession. So now let's get started with our first keynote speaker. If you haven't already, make sure you get your program open, your chat ready, and your coffee topped up. It's my pleasure to introduce our first opening keynote speaker, Unified Interpreting, Enhancing Collaboration Between Deaf and Hearing Professionals, delivered by Dr. Kyung-Hee Ko, or for most people known as Lydia. While Dr. Ko isn't able to join us today, she's based in South Korea, and there's obviously a big difference in time zones. We're very fortunate to have an exclusive pre-recorded presentation prepared especially for the Together conference. Dr. Ko brings more than 25 years experience as an interpreter and is currently president of KASLI, the Korean Association of Sign Language Interpreters and Translators in South Korea. Her session addresses the blurred boundary between roles and responsibilities in deaf and hearing interpreter teams, exploring how shared expertise and mutual respect can transform our practice. We'll hear about the importance of trust, communication, and understanding the unique perspectives that each interpreter brings to a team. As you listen, I'd invite you to reflect on how your own professional boundaries have been shaped by the people that you've worked alongside, and how we can all foster a stronger, more collaborative relationship within our team. Please remember to use the chat function during the session and share your reactions and take note of any questions. Let's watch together.